Hey everybody, hope you all are having another great day. Thank you so much for coming back to the channel and checking out another video over here at Hyfield Trucking. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about something that is kind of dear and near to me, and that is technology. I'm a huge lover of technology. I love all things Apple, but I also like Windows and Linux. I just anything that I can tinker with and figure out how it works, new apps, all of that stuff has always been very intriguing to me. So I wanted to talk about a little bit of how trucking and technology has actually come into play. A lot of times we don't really stop and think and ponder about how the rapid advance of technology has revolutionized the trucking industry. It's a fascinating journey, and I just kind of wanted to talk about that a little bit today. So, back in the day, truck drivers relied heavily upon CB radios for communication, for road conditions, companionship along lonely, long stretches of highway, talking to each other. And today, those CB radios are pretty much gathering dust. There's a new era of technology that has actually taken over and taken the wheel, I guess you could say. So one thing, like when I first started out in trucking, being a seasoned truck driver, or being new to trucking and now seasoned, CB radios was something that I relied heavily upon. I always had an atlas in the truck. I always mapped out my route. I remember having to stop and use payphones to call into dispatch, to call into shippers and receivers, and all of that stuff, and work out things, very stressful situations and directions and all that. And nowadays, my trusty co-pilot in the truck is not a CB radio or a CB handle for that matter. It's my smartphone. With the swipe here, tap there, you can find the nearest truck stops, you can find rest areas, fuel stations, you can check real-time traffic updates, weather conditions. You can even find the best routes to your destination. I know a lot of people say Google Maps, and that is not truck friendly, but there are a lot of trucking apps out there for trucks, like Copilot. So, and a lot of stuff, it just doesn't really stop there either. With the advent of digital load boards, if you're running under your own authority, you have the ability to book your own loads, to find those type of loads out there. There's no more waiting for calls and faxes and from freight brokers, and trying to submit your paperwork through the mail. I remember when I first started with FedEx, we used TransFlow, and after every run would swing by a truck stop, fill out the envelope with all my information, put all my paperwork in there, and drop it off into the box. And it would take, it was supposed to be overnight, but sometimes it would take 2 days to get back to the FedEx, and then that just delayed them processing it even longer. So all of that is really changed. Nowadays, especially at FedEx, I know that's where I come from. So they use TransFlow. It's digitally. You just snap a picture right on your phone. It sends it right over. They have it immediately in office, and they're able to go ahead and get to processing that and process your pay a lot faster. So a lot of that stuff has come a long ways. And I think technology is one of those things that we really, really need to embrace. Some people get scared of it. Some people are scared because they don't know how to use it. But I think if you just take a moment and really dive into it and learn it, you would find that it would really make your life a whole lot easier and simpler out there on the road. Another thing is video calls. Being able to stay in touch with your family and see them face to face if you have kids or your parents and stuff like that. That was huge. I remember the first time I got the ability to do a FaceTime call with my mom, like it was just unheard of, to be able to see her face to face. So again, what can we learn from all this? I think first, technology is something that you should not be feared or shunned away from. It's a tool, and when used effectively, it can make our lives a whole lot easier and more efficient and richer. It just really enriches those experiences. Secondly, embracing change is crucial in any industry, and it's not just trucking. Those that adapt are really the ones who thrive in the ever-evolving landscape of whatever their profession is. And lastly, technology has the power to connect us to our work, to information, most importantly, to each other. Social media, it can be a downside, yes, but it can also be very beneficial. I used to always say, when I was out on the road in the beginning, I would always stop and talk to people at the truck stops and stuff like that. And nowadays, you don't have to wait until you get to that truck stop. You can always just pick up the phone and talk to somebody for hours on end thanks to cellular technology and keeping us connected all across this great country of ours. For the road for the modern truck driver, it may look different than it did 20 years ago or 14 years ago when I was out there, but the spirit of the open road remains the same. The journey may be digital now, but it's a destination that is still real and that still drives every truck driver out there. So let's remember that technology is a tool. It is something to be embraced. It is something that we can all benefit from. We just have to learn how to use it, and we have to learn how to let it grow with us and make things better as we're out there on the road. So guys, thank you so much for this quick little video. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel. If you are interested in learning more about Hyfield trucking or the expediting industry, make sure you check out some of the previous videos that we have on the channel. Also visit our website at www.hyfieldtrucking.com for more information all about Hyfield and the expediting industry. You can also give us a phone call at 833-493-4353, option 1, to speak with any of our ladies over in recruiting. They'll be happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thanks again, guys. As always, stay safe, and we'll catch you in the next video.